Welcome back to the channel everyone, it's Nash Rathbone here. Today we will be taking a look at this spinning hat tool tank that I purchased from GearBest. As you can see, it's designed to look like a tank, but what does it do exactly? Well, it's a little screwdriver set that you can carry on your keyring. The screwdriver bits are kept inside here. The little barrel tilts up and that's where you put the screwdriver bits into. Before we do anything else, let's have a closer look at it, shall we? So as you can see, it is designed like a little tank. Very nicely too, very nicely made, nice materials. That's where you put the screwdriver bits. That's screwdriver bit storage. What we've got underneath then? spinninghat.com and some little Phillips screws keeping it together. The bottom is actually screwed on. And we have this little key chain here, so you can put your keys on it. And down the bottom of the barrel, I don't know if you can see that down there, guys, but there is actually a magnet to hold the bits in place. It's quite a nice little design, and as I say, it's quite nicely made too. It's got some nice materials that it's made from. Here are the 3 shells that are supplied with it, screwdriver bits. We have a flat bladed screwdriver and 2 different size Phillips. And I'll show you why they're this design in a little while. Let's take a look at a few dimensions then, and I measured these myself with my little vernier caliper down here. Overall length of the tank itself doesn't include the keychain, by the way, guys. It's 43mm long. It's 26mm tall to the top of the turret and 43.8mm wide. Let's find out how much armour this thing's got on board, see how much it weighs. 1.25 ounces or 35 grams. So I've been looking at this little fellow on GearBest for quite some time now because well, as you know, if you follow my channel, you'll know that I like tools. I'm a bit like my late father in that respect. He was always into his tools. He would always be popping into tool shops and tool stalls. If we were out and about in town doing the shopping, we'd always be popping into those places. He had quite a collection of tools as well, and I think, as I say, I've inherited that little trait. But anyway, I've been looking at this little fellow now for quite some time, and I thought it's about time I got round to getting one. As I say, you can put your keys on here, or you can hang it off of a keyring, which would probably be the better bet, actually, to hang it off of a keyring, because you've got this handy little clip here, carabiner style clip there to hang it off your keys, so you can actually take it off your set of keys and physically use it. We have, as I say, 3 different styles of screwdriver bits you get with it. They're the standard 1/4" drive bits. Nothing special about them, except in their design look. They do look a bit like a shell out of a tank, don't they, guys? You've got a little groove here and a little groove there. Obviously this groove here is to drag it out to the back, out of the storage space in the tank, like so. And the other little groove here at the front, because it's held in with a magnet, you can see how it gets sucked into the little barrel there, look, with the magnet. Now if this is obviously a straight body design drive bit, you wouldn't get it out, but they're just in the right places, little grooves, so you can get your nails in there and oik it out. Pretty clever design, that one. Right, so as I've mentioned, it does feel some quite nice materials. I don't know what materials it's actually made from, but it does feel quite nice, and the little screwdriver bits are actually held in place. Feels like there's a little bit of rubber in here or something to hold it in place. You might be able to see it through the yeah, let's have a look through the top here and have a look, shall we? Okay, so as you can see down in the hole here, there's some little white rubber, maybe silicone, that hold the little screwdriver bits in place. Another clever design there. And they just pop in and shove in. You can feel them being sucked in by the little bit of rubber there. And in they go. I picked mine up from GearBest, and it cost me all of £1.29p, which is I thought was quite a reasonable price. If you're interested, you might want to check the price out on Amazon, see how much it'll cost you on Amazon. And I know on Amazon it will come with a little box. This one just came in this little bag, but on Amazon this little fellow will cost you a heck of a lot more money, guys. I know it's available in a sort of like a lime green as well. I think GearBest have only got it in the red, but that's not too much of a bother, because, you know, it's not so much the colour, it's does it work. I say the quality does, I mean, it snaps into place there, look. The quality is definitely there, and you've got the manufacturer's name on the bottom there, and it's all screwed together quite nicely. You've got some nice little rubber bits holding the shells or driver bits in position, and we have a magnet down there to hold the driver bits in place. But the question is, does it work? Well, I'll tell you what we'll do, guys. We'll shoot off down to my workshop and we'll try and find out. Alrighty guys, so here we are down in the workshop with the little tool tank. Let's see what we can do with it, shall we? And first of all, we'll take a look at the difference between a standard screwdriver bit and the tool tank screwdriver bit. Let's see if we can't destroy a few enemy screws with the tool tank, shall we? I think we'll start with the slotted screw first. We'll start by making a hole just here. There we go. Pop the screw in. I suppose we better extract the relevant bit from the tool tank. Pop it into the barrel there where it gets sucked in by the magnet. We'll straighten him up. Right, let's give it a go. I've not had a go at this yet, guys. This is a first for me as well, so I'm not sure whether whether it'll work or whether it'll destroy the tank. Who knows? We'll find out. So far, so good. Obviously, the slotted screw keeps chucking the slotted bit out of it, and it's a bit curled around the edges as well. But so far, so good. Now, as I say, the screwdriver shaft on this is actually plastic. It's not done anything to it yet. I mean, I don't know what plastic is. It could be ABS, could be polymer. I don't know. Oh. God, it's getting a bit tight now. Keeps slipping out on this one. Get off. Yep, it's getting really tight. Is it still there? You can still take it in and out, so it's not. There's no damage to the barrel or the tank yet, so far so good. God, it's really tight. I'm checking, guys. I don't, you know, I'm not testing this thing to destruction. Oh, it folded up. You saw that. Oh, yeah, that's what's going to happen with this thing. I think it's going to fold up if you don't hold it. Oh, right. I think that's tight enough for the slotted screw. So what we'll do now is we'll move along to the Phillips. We'll pop this Phillips bit into the barrel and we'll stand him up ready. Make a hole just here. I'll have to get a new bit of wood soon by the looks of it, guys, because this bit's getting a bit full of holes. Well, straight away it's a lot easier to drive this screw in. I can feel that because it's not going to slip out being a Phillips. A lot easier. I think I'm going to have to chuck this screw away, the slotted one, because it's well and truly past its best. I don't think we can do anything with this key ring either. Oh, we'll just have to hang down. It's driving this one a lot easier. Any damage to the... Nope. That's not bad. Something that's predominantly made of plastic. We're doing alright. So it's driven the Phillips in a lot easier than the slotted screw. I'm going to have to chuck that one away, as I say, because it's... Oops, it's no good. Okay. Right, do we have any damage to the bit? Nope. Do we have any damage to the cannon, the barrel. Not that I can see, it's not snapped, it's not cracked it or anything, and it still folds away quite nicely. Okay, so as you can see, I've put this fairly hefty 10mm muzzle brake on the barrel here. So is it any good at doing up this sensible size nut and bolt? Right, let's give it a go then. Here we have the tool tank with the socket on board. Let's give it a go. Can we tighten it up? Are we going to wreck it? I'm not going to give it too much torque because it's only plastic after all said and done, guys, so... Oh, just fell out straight away. It's not taking the magnet or anything with it, it's just fallen out. Right, and let's tighten that nut up. So I'll just retrieve the socket from the floor. There it is. I don't think it's not reaching far enough to get to the magnet, to be honest with you. Right, let's see if we can get it undone. There we go. So yes, you can also do sensible sized nuts and bolts with a little fellow. Right-ho then, not too bad for a few pieces of plastic and some screwdriver bits in. Quite a decent result. Drove the Phillips in really well, as we've seen. I think I'm going to have to ditch this screw because it's getting all rounded and it's not gripping the driver bits properly. Anyway, let's take the little fellow back up to the studio in the warm, shall we? And there we have it, guys, the spinning hat tool tank in the workshop. Not doing too bad a job at all. Pretty good, I thought. What do you think? Have you got one of these, guys? Are you thinking of getting one? I hope I answered some questions for you. It does seem to work on very lightweight applications. You wouldn't want to do too hard a work with it, I don't think, because it might you know, snap the little shaft that runs through here. It might be plastic, I'm not sure what's in there. I've not really taken this little fella apart yet. It still behaves exactly the same as it did when I first got it. It hasn't split the barrel, which is good. And the screwdriver bits didn't round off either, which is also good. Because I know some cheaper bits will actually round off. Let me just show you the difference between a quality bit and a cheapo bit. Right then, so this was a particularly cheapo screwdriver set that I picked up once. It cost me all of 80 pence. You're talking about what, 2006 maybe, something like that. It was a part of the employee scheme that I got it so cheap at the company I once worked for. And the bits on these are very, very soft indeed. Let's just have a closer look at how damaged they are. Just look at how chewed up they are. They're absolutely dreadful. They're really, really soft. And I haven't used them that much either, to be honest with you. And I've just used them manually. They've not been on a power tool or anything. Just me driving screws, basically. They really are crap. Let's compare them with the tool tank driver bit here. After a bit of use, no damage to it at all. But these are well and truly chewed up. They're awful. So basically, guys, if you want some tools, it's best to spend a little bit of money on them if you want them to last and do the job you want them to do. I say this one's not had a lot of use, and it's already, you know, the bits are already wearing out. I mean, I dare say I could replace these cheapo bits with some better. I've got some loose bits, as you've probably seen down there in the workshop. I've got some loose bits kicking about. What I really should do is chuck these in the recycling bin and put some better bits with it. It would make it a much better screwdriver. But I think, to be honest with you, that's a video for another day, guys. The Tool Tank by Spinning Hat. It's okay for impromptu, you know, tightening of screws. You won't be doing too heavy a work with it. You certainly won't be fixing your car. And I don't think it will even shift some really tight screws that might be in hinges on your doorway or somewhere. If they've been in there a long time and they're really tight, you won't shift it with this. You will have to use a proper screwdriver. But it will look the business on your keyring, guys. If you haven't got any, you don't do a lot of heavy duty screw driving a lot, you know, you just use it now and again, I think this will be fine for you. It does look the business, doesn't it? the little tool tank. I quite like it actually, guys. It's pretty cool. If you're interested in the large German Tiger 1 tank you've seen in this review, I do have a couple of reviews of it on my channel. Just search my Tiger, what is it? It's a Heng Long Tiger 1. So if you're going along on my channel, you'll find it on there. 2 reviews of it. I like it actually. It's a pretty nice toy to play with. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this little review here. The little spinning hat tool tank. Quite an interesting little tool I've had my eye on for a while now on GearBest. I purchased it myself. I say it cost me all of I think £1.29 actually. I quite like it actually, quite different. It looks really cool hanging on your keyring there. So if you've enjoyed the review guys, please feel free to subscribe to my channel because that will help me. You can also click like if you enjoyed it, and you can share the review with your friends. You can also keep up with what I'm doing on my Instagram feed, because I've already got some photos of this along with the Tiger 1 down there. Pop along and have a look guys. Hang around for the end of the review because I've got my support card coming up showing you different ways of supporting my channel. Alright guys, I do hope you enjoyed the review. I'd like to thank you for coming over and watching again and popping down into my cold workshop. It's a bit chilly down there again. We've had some wintry showers today. It's not been very nice at all really. Anyway, thanks for watching guys. Thanks for coming over, and I'll catch you back here at Rathbone Manor sometime in the very near future then. Laters!
Ruff, ruff.